you have an interesting GT rail system that you did a review on recently, correct? It's that gold
Correct.
piece of hardware. Well, can you just explain to those that are like going, okay, what has Jeff got behind him? What is that? So people at home can understand what that is and why would somebody want that?
All right, so what you guys are looking at is the Tech Rails 357Ts, okay? These aren't even on the market yet. I'm beta testing them for Matthew Shoemaker. He's made them so it can help with the overheating, and also it's got the axle carriers that have 4 different height settings so you can really dial in your ride.
Wow.
People look at these and think that they may be lighter in weight, but actually he matched the stock weight. But he did reinforce the stronger aluminum in parts that needed it. And I think with the overheating issue, these vented rails are going to be the play.
Now, that's interesting that they're the same weight. I would have thought for sure they'd be lighter, so that's very interesting. Now, here in Minnesota, we do have hot temperatures in the summer. We get to 105. I think some people think we're always cold in snowy conditions, but we get 105. I've never had any of my Onewheels overheat. Even my GT, I've never experienced overheating. Have you had that problem, and where do you see it most likely if that's happened to you?
So in the summer in Texas, it's a little bit of annoying to ride the GTs because you do have to take breaks every 30 minutes or so just to let them cool down. It's not a very long break, but when you're used to just riding straight through on the XRs, and I could overheat the XR as well, but the XR was less likely to overheat. So if you're coming to the GT from that, knowing that perspective, it is a little frustrating. However, you just need to take foot breaks every once in a while. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
But in the winter, no problem.
No problem of overheating. It's a summer thing. Now, you said that has 4 different positions for the height?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
So,
go ahead.
So I was going to say right now, I've only played with the bottom 2 settings, and I feel like that's the ones. But if you need a little more clearance, there is a 3rd and a 4th height that can really give you just more clearance than you need. The bottom setting, we've done a tilt modification, so we're not having to ride like in any sort of like elevated. We're riding in Highline or Apex or Flow, and this is the most stable, most comfortable board I've ever ridden.
Wow.
I do like my lightning rails as well. That's just a different ride though.
Yeah, that's what as I've stepped on other people's GTs that have different rails on it. Some of them are like, oh, I like that, but I wouldn't want to have that as my go-to everyday ride. Either it keeps my back foot high all the time, and it's just not as comfortable as what I'm going to say stock or whatever would keep you level. There's something nice about having a level footpad to it, or
when you have those different levels, like you're talking about, like break it down for us that don't always understand. When you need the different levels, you're talking about being able to clear like rocks or jumps, things like that when you want to make it go higher?
Yeah, all right. So the different levels is really more of like a clearance thing. Like say you're on a trail that has like quick up and downs, like little hills that go up. Like basically like when you guys went to dirt surfers, you know how like there's a lot of like just up and downs? Are you familiar with those?
Yeah.
Like Scott, when you kind of go up and down. So when you're going up on those descents, on the stock board, you literally can hit that full speed wide open and not have any sort of worry that your board's going to hit the ground and you're going to fly, eject from it. Sorry, CPSC. I'm not talking about nosedives.
Yeah. Come on, man.
He said the word.
So with the Lightnings and with the 357, since they're lower, you're a little, you're a little conscious of that happening. And so some people, their technique may not allow them to hit it full speed. And some people are going to be more comfortable doing that. And so you're going to adjust that as far as your comfortability goes. And I like them slam. Some people like them high. I mean, people get lift kits, people get lower kits. So it just really depends on your what you're used to, what makes you comfortable.
Yeah, and I think that's the part I think so many people in the community forget. There's a lot of style that goes into the way people ride, and we get we buy into, oh no, it's got to be higher. I can't believe you're riding it low, or vice versa. They just get stuck and forget that no. Everybody wants to ride slightly different. Their style's different, and what something like that rail system you're speaking of gives your rider a versatility. Like you can try all those settings and go, which one do I enjoy the most for my riding style? Because everybody, I mean, some people love that low profile. They like that center of gravity being low. Some people, when it gets super high, they're like, my balance is so off. But some people like that. I know for me, the higher those rails go, the less I feel in control. I feel center of gravity is really loose. And I want it to be tight. Thank you guys. It's been a pleasure. Subscribe to the YouTube channel right here for your latest Onewheel content. We try to get some of the most creative people and influencers in on this podcast for the community, so you get to know them and hang out with them. We love doing this. If you subscribed, you get reviews throughout the week, made videos that are doing like more than just showing you a product. We go put them to use, test them out, see what they're like. So stay tuned for that. If you want to go watch some videos that are just straight entertainment from our races and stuff, we drop those on Sundays, so you'll love those.